What's the deal? Yeah, what's the deal? What's the deal? How you feel? What's the deal? Where you at?
So y'all here? Y'all like inspiration? Y'all like motivation?
Denise Camille?
Y'all like ventilation?
Denise Camille?
Y'all know I gotta make up a few words here and there, but who y'all here with?
Ventilation and Denise Camille.
Under the act. But we not playing no games.
We're not into games. We don't like Sega, PlayStation, or Xbox.
So y'all here with Dilate the Dialogue with Denise Camille.
Dilate the dialogue.
We gotta open up, not them legs, but the mind.
Denise Camille.
Cause I know y'all trying to find y'all strength.
Denise Camille.
Intertwined with the life of me.
Denise Camille.
Greetings everyone. How are you today? Y'all here with another episode of Dilate the Dialogue with the one and only Denise Camille. How's life? How's life moving, shaking, moving? But we here for another episode of Dilate the Dialogue with the one and only. I am Denise Camille. I am the urban love therapist. I am the relationship and self coach. I am also the author. Y'all check out my books. I have Justice for the Caged Mind, which is my baby that has my course to it. She's spiralized because that's my original copy, right? Justice for the Caged Mind is a self-awareness series. It talks about purpose, learning, and healing, broken down into an intimate soliloquy format where we as human beings can identify our life's obstacles and how we handle our breakdowns through our breakthroughs, right? And then we have Nurturing the Soul, which is my ebook, the 10-step guide. Ooh, my 10-step quick guide to connecting self and spirituality. Y'all check that out. Everything's on my website. And then my latest and biggest baby, Urban Life with Love, y'all. 5 languages we speak. It talks about those native languages that we learned as children, how we learned life. You know, I know that, let me just take a breather here because I feel the jitters. The watermelon juice is like running. I'm like, no, slow it down. With life, it comes to different parts of ourselves where we tend to adapt to what we're told, right? That's how we learned in school. You know, having to unschool yourself is a whole nother level of life, right? Having to get to those parts of yourself where you're questioning what is and what isn't, right? So, and I say that to say, with life, Urban Life with Love, you tend to address how you learned love as a child and how you had to take that love and move it to different parts of life and society to be whole and living, right? Yet Urban Life with Love, it's therapy in a book. Let's just break it down, where you get to commune with yourself in unity with no judgment, with no what if and hey there. And yet after every chapter, you get a chance to self-analyze, self-assess, self-reflect, self-evaluate. It's a self-awareness series, right? And it's having to address those 5 languages that we speak, that we were taught, right? And in the end, it talks about what the progressiveness looks like once it's all said and done, because it's never done, right? Healing never ends. So here I am today with Dilate the Dialogue with the one and only Denise Camille. And how is everybody doing? I'm going to shuffle these cards. Y'all know I'm a shuffler. Of course the card falls on the floor. If y'all have watched any of my other episodes, I didn't mean to slam the deck. Either way, this is my deck, Justice for the Caged Mind. Not just for the Caged Mind. I'm sorry, Self-Awareness Series, right? What? Okay, Self-Awareness Series. Y'all check out my Oracle deck on my website, denise-camille.com, DENICE-CAMILLE. I am the goddess of spirits, made it to the native. And I say that because that's what my name means. You know, some people say, oh, you don't want to get a African name or another name gifted to you. And I said, actually, no, my name, Denise, which was, my parents gave me that. Camille's my middle name. And I just dropped those last names because I kept on to my married name, yet I'm no longer married. And I kept it on for the children. I'm like, wait, the children gonna leave? And then my maiden name is not my real maiden name. It's alongside to that. Yet it's like, oh, well, I know who I am. I am goddess of the spirits made into the native. Give me a big second, y'all. Let me just drop. What's up my words today? I'm like, if I can speak, let me just get down to the bottom of the chat and get this this card real quick. Bear with me 1 second. I feel like I've done this topic. I should be taking out the cards that I've done, that I've completed, right? Let me sit up straight. There's this, we're not going to go there. No, I'm going to keep the bajungas. I'm not jungering, all right? So, it's like a little ASMR. Be a necessity, not an accessory. Be a necessity, not an accessory. And again, my topics are for the day-to-day life of just checking in with yourself. That self-awareness is so potent. It's so real. It's so a necessity. Be a necessity, not an accessory. Thank you, Spirit. Let me give a shout out to my Spirit team. First of all, pause for the cause. Pull the tape back. I have to give a shout out and a thanks, gratitude, all of that to my ancestral team, Spirit team, the universe for co-creating with me, for allowing me to keep going and keep pushing me to keep going. That knowing that I can trust in them, I trust in those I can't see. I know that's not a bad thing. I know that's how my world is. I trust in those I can't see. And I know the divine has sent me the aligned individuals in my realm to grow and build with me, right? Sometimes we get to a place where we have to just surrender and humble. Surrender and humble ourselves to what we're here for, what our purpose is, what we're divinely guided to do. You know, we all have unique purposes, and we can't be comparing ourselves to others. So we have to be a necessity, not an accessory, right? So let's jump into these definitions, because y'all know I like to define these words so we could be on the same page. I got my technology with me today, AKA thanks Google. All right. Necessity. Why are we typing in different languages? I don't even know. Necessity, the fact of being required or indispensable. Okay. The fact of being required or indispensable. That's being a necessity, right? So let's go with defining accessory. And this kind of ties into, I remember my first episode, right? Being a liability. Are you a liability or are you an asset? And that talks about relationships. Yeah, this one, being a necessity, not an accessory. Accessory is a thing which can be added to something else in order to make it more useful. Versatile or attractive. An accessory is a thing which can be added to something else in order to make it more useful, versatile, or attractive. Now, sometimes, you know, when you're with people, or when you're with people, you become an accessory to them, right? You're not required to be there. You are indispensable. You know, you're not a part of their next chapter. You're not a part of their next season. I'm trying to figure out, why am I out of breath? I'm picking up on somebody's anxiety, because it ain't mine. It really ain't mine. It really, really, really isn't mine. So I'm going to just light some Palo Santo here, because of this isn't my energy. And I've been feeling this energy for the last 2 days now. Well, and I got some Palo Santo smudge. Okay, I'll take that, take that, take that. And sometimes, like I said, it could be the watermelon juice, because when that stuff jingles my body, I'm like, what? Huh? Huh? I probably drank it too fast. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Let me light this Palo Santo. Let me go and light this big. No, I'm not a smoker, not a drinker. I'm too high off life. I'm too high off life. Life has its own highs and lows, just in being alive. Yet I'm grateful for the process and the progress, because had I not had the highs, or should I say, had I not had the lows, I wouldn't appreciate the highs. Had I not had the highs, I wouldn't appreciate the lows. And I say that because there is a time and a season for everything. There are times when life is just moving so fast. You're like, oh my God, can I breathe? Can I breathe? Hey, I'm like Eugene off of Tangled. For those that know, no. I'm a mom, right? I watch the cartoons with my kids. Yet in going back to the highs and lows of living, having to be a necessity, Spirit needs you to be a necessity. You're here for a greater purpose. You're here for love to shine through you. You're required. You're indispensable. There's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're here. You're not just an accessory to somebody else's life. You're not just an addition to somebody else's greatness. You are here for you. You are here because you're needed, right? You came back as an ancestor returning. You came back to fulfill a destiny that the ancestors thought you would be great enough to fulfill it, right? You're not an accessory. You're not just here just to add fluff to somebody else's being. Like when you help others. So the need has to start from within first, right? Being a necessity to your greatness, being a necessity to your growth. I seen a quote the other day where it says, growth is change. Growth is painful, yet so is change. And I was like, oh. Thank you for the reminder, Spirit. I'm grateful for the reminders, because there are times when little old me, I can just, sit in a rut like, why? It's like, who counsels the counselor? Spirit. Spirit counsels me, because I get to a place where I'm able to assist others, yet I'm needed to assist me, and I need an assistance. And I need assistance as well. Shout out to those assistants that are on the way. Shout out to the spirit team, the soul tribe that's on the way. Shout out to everybody that's on the way. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yet taking the time to sit with yourself is a necessity. It's a necessity. It's not just an accessory in this life. It's not where people are starting to trend spirituality and trend realness. The shift has happened. It's time to make a decision. The revolution has already started. The war is in your mind. The war is in your mind, people. You are needed on the front line of your mind. We can no longer sit in the back. We can no longer sit in the back end and expect things to move and grow. We got to be up front. We got to be right there, knowing what we stand for, knowing why we're here, knowing the purpose in which we're growing, because we know growth is different. It's definitely different. Growth is needed, right? Growth puts us in a place of having to find truth within ourselves, having to find what works for us, what works against us, asking Spirit, what do we have to do to be greater? To be a necessity, not an accessory to our growth, to our personal change. What does that look like? What does having to be ourselves look like when we're needed? Sometimes you don't even know you need it until you're gone. They're like, man, I needed it. Did you appreciate? Did you appreciate love? I know that's one of the words we got to take out of our vocabulary, appreciate love. Why we don't say good morning, or we could say good rising, grand rising. We could say what we're feeling comfortable with, greetings, giving thanks, being grateful for the spirit. It's almost like I speak a language that, select few, I still got the light on my head. Select few, not even few, many understand the way I speak. And I learned that from an elder, rest in power, not a CT. She was a woman of integrity, a woman who exuded empowerment for other women and men to stand up against the numbingness of society. And that can be across the world. Embracing nature and natural life. Having to know what that looks like. And I'm so humbly grateful for that experience to have been with her, spent time with her, and learning with her. Being a necessity, not an accessory. You want to make sure that you're an accessory to someone else's joy. You're an accessory to someone else's laughter. You're an accessory to nature, yet you're a necessity to yourself first. You are a necessity to having to be that person to get things done. Having to understand that you are here to fulfill a destiny, to fulfill a purpose. You are needed in this life. Making sure that you are the necessity and not an accessory to your life. Sometimes we think that, man, somebody else could do it. Can they? Microphone's like trying to email live. Can they do it? Can somebody else do it? And honestly, can somebody else do the job instead of you? Can they? Because if they can, it would have been done. It would have been done by now. Sometimes you don't even realize how many people are actually waiting on you to do it, to get it done. You're like, well, why can't you do it? Why gotta do it? Because there's a greater purpose for you, because you're needed in this life. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. You're needed in this life. You are needed in this life. Be a necessity for yourself. Put you first. Not in a selfish way, in a selfless way. You're giving back to yourself. You're pouring into yourself. You're loving yourself. And self-love isn't the manicures and the pedicures and the yoni steam is a necessity. Let me just say that. The yoni steam is a necessity for a living. Yet, the loving on yourself is taking time to listen to your thoughts. Taking time to be who you are called to be. Who you are strengthened to be. Why do you have to keep pushing? Because it's not done yet. It's not over. You got to keep going. You are still needed to be a part of who you are. You have not fulfilled your destiny. And you're still choosing to keep going. So here we go. Here go more obstacles. Here go more challenges. And here goes more greatness. What they say, with much given, much is required, right? You're still needed to keep going because you're required to do the work. As human beings, we are here to do the work. So you are still going to be a necessity, not an accessory. Accessories sometimes could be friends, and a lot of our friends are frenemies. They come so close because they really want to just take. And it's like, why are you taking? You got your own. You need your own, just like I need my own. We can come together collectively at some point, yes, yet, however, you got your own. There's no need for you to want to take from somebody else's plate, right? So you want to be a necessity unto yourself and not an accessory unto yourself. Because if you're an accessory, you're living in a superficial life. You're living in an artificial world, and you're artificially intelligent. Because a lot of times we know the smartphones make humans dumber. Because it's thinking for us. Why we can't think? We still got a brain that's not legal yet to think yet. Come on, people, stop playing games with me, okay? Be a necessity to your life. Use your brain. Build up your creativity. Get innovative. Sometimes it's good when you see that, and it's not, Let me rephrase that. Sometimes in life, it's better to not have than to have. And I say that because for me, when I don't have, I get very innovative and creative because I make what I have do, right? Opposed to having, you don't have to think, it's already being done for you. So it's like, okay, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You want to have the energy to give. Yes, that's great. Yet you also want to be able to be mindful of how it's taking from you, because it's not allowing you to use your potential, your greatness. Your potential is your energy. Why are you building up greater potential for somebody else when you can gift it to yourself? Why be a necessity to somebody else and be an accessory to yourself? Why? Why do we do that to ourselves? I know sometimes we're taught to say yes in school and oh, no, 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 no. Yet in reality, no is the positive, yes is a negative. Most times we don't even want to do it. If we wanted to do it, you wouldn't even have to ask, because I know that I'm needed. Opposed to being an accessory, now I got to get asked to do it. And I'm like, well, do I really want to do it? Do I really want to get this done? No. Why? Because I don't want to. So again, be a necessity. I hope this is getting through to y'all out there, because today it was a lot going on for whatever reason. I'm grateful for the Palo Santo. Yeah, be a necessity, not an accessory to yourself and to others. You can be an accessory to somebody else, yet make sure you put your needs first so you're a necessity unto yourself, right? Make sure you're doing what you have to do for yourself first, so that way you can be better standing with yourself. Okay? All right, y'all. It's been real. I am Denise Camille. This has been another episode with Dilate to Dialogue. I'm grateful for your time, your energy, your patience. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.